where does the importance of media lies, do you feel, to the masses?
A whole lot more important than people think, at least. I'm gonna tell you one thing that got me into it, bro. I took government in like 11th grade or something like that, AP government, and my teacher, this stuck with me forever. She was like, media is the fourth branch of the government. You know what I'm saying? They don't actually control what's the agenda or nothing like that. Like, they don't tell you what to think, but they tell you what to think about. You feel what I'm saying?
I never even
So
looked at it like
Yeah, they steer the agenda.
So yeah, they instill the agenda essentially. Like, they're not gonna go to the president and say, you know, y'all have to talk about this, that, and the third. But
Right.
if you push it enough, the president gotta address it. You feel what I'm saying? So that was like one of the things that kind of like stuck in my head. So it's a lot more important than people think. It's how
Isaiah, how about yourself?
I was gonna say it's pretty much. It's basically, it's not as important as the product itself because people are going to create as an expression, but like you said, I would say is next important. You feel me? Like, people will listen to what they want to listen to, but a lot of people wouldn't even really have an opinion about it if there wasn't anybody, to even put it in the forefront or even deliver it. So I feel like the product and the creation process that comes is natural, and then everything after that, the media plays a big part in.
I have pushback on that right there, but let me hear what you got to say.
I would say the media is being underappreciated, unfortunately.
Very much so.
I think that, unfortunately, people are not capitalizing on these opportunities. And I'm not saying that I'm Def Jam or nothing like that, or I'm the Breakfast Club, but you got to keep in mind that utilize the resources that are here that are available to us.
Correct. Let alone the free
Yeah.
resources. They'll go up 85 South or 85 North and pay.
Yeah.
But then the resources right here, but then they will also be a part of the actual narrative like there ain't nothing here.
right. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I feel that we are very much underappreciated, which led to creating this platform, The Media Matters. I would like to have constructive conversation, continuing conversation, and celebratory conversation amongst the media, because I don't feel that we're all aware of each other, and we might have calls on the phone or text in private, but it's not too often we get together, how the rappers will get together, or how the club promoters will get together to actually just have this conversation. So that's why I create this platform, and that's why I'm going to continue with this platform. But as far as the pushback that I have for your statement, respectfully, I think the media is more important than the product. I've actually said that before. I think the media is more important than the music because we determine the needle. I can tell you which way to go with that needle. All of us at this table have enough influence to push the needle either way we want at this point. But of course, we can't abuse that responsibility and that influence that we have. So that's why, because when we look at something like, enough people said Sexy Red song was fire. Like, you know what I mean? You didn't take anything from that but a good time. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I feel the product is the product, right? You know, you can have a good burger, but there's no promo behind it. It's like, McDonald's is not the best burger.
No.
But they got the best marketing.
Yeah,
for sure.
You know, and like they say, I saw the movie. They said we are in the business of real estate, not burgers.
Yeah, that was a good.
So that's the promo. So that's why I would say I have a little bit of pushback on that right there, respectfully.
I mean,
go ahead. You got it.
if the way I looked like that when you said that, because I mean, if the pushback was in any way, that's the best way for it to be. So I mean, I can't really disagree too much with that.
Yeah. Nah, that's a good statement to make. The only reason I think I still kind of lean towards the product being more important, because I mean, it's the old saying, good dope sell itself. You feel what I'm saying? So if it's good, if it really is truly that good, you know what I'm saying, if the media gonna gravitate towards it, then the other way around. You get what I'm saying? So like, you know, don't get me wrong, the media creates a super strong push behind something that may not have that same push if it was alone. But a lot of times too, like, media people forget that we gravitate towards what's good as well. We're actively seeking the product as well. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hand in hand. But like without the product, what are we even pushing? You feel what I'm saying?
See, without the product, like right here, right now, right, the only product we're pushing is ourselves. So that's why I say we still can have the conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to tell artists, like, yo, take advantage of what has been created. Again, I said this on camera, and I'm going to say it on camera. Y'all three are my heroes. We're looking at 4 of the most prominent hip-hop, cultural-based media platforms in this room at one table.
For sure.
And our egos got us here, but we also checked them at the door. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's facts.
You know what I'm
though.
saying? And there's a paper trail to prove it. There's a paper trail. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get a chance to introduce y'all, so let me go ahead and introduce y'all. We got Rento of Jetlag TV, and at this table, he's grandfathered in. Because I think what you've been in, 8 years at this point? 16, 15?
So it'll be 16. Yeah, I'm trying to think. 2016, that'll make it what?
8.
8 years in a couple weeks, actually.
Wow, congratulations in advance.
Appreciate it.
So like Jetlag TV, I got a story and we'll get to that. We got my man Skillet with sign language production. I think we was on the phone the other day. You said you've been moving for about 3 years, you said?
Give or take, yeah.
Give or take. And you have 5, like you literally have a company. You have a network because you have 5 different means of media under one umbrella, which is the sign language production. What are those 5?
We got Nosy with Good Intentions, Friends with Good Intentions, Petty with Good Intentions, A Tribe Called Culture, How to Start a Podcast or YouTube channel, and I do the sign language interviews.
See, you got really good intentions then.
Yeah. Everything I
telling
do has a point to it. It ain't just because it's cool.
And
Right.
then we have Isaiah here. You have Hood Savior. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not familiar the year, but you started Hood Savior in college.
So basically right after leaving college. So going on like around mid-April, it'll be about 5 years. I believe like the first post on the page is in April of 2019.
So, and myself, just an old guy that like to talk, and the thing is, I'm the oldest at this table, but I'm also the youngest as far as this media journey. But we have a platform, me and my 2 partners, Sean, unofficial board member hip hop, and Big Kev, the maestro. We have a platform called The Faculty.
Yes, sir.
And here we are now with the Media Matters, right? This is our first official episode, right? We did something at the end of the year, which that content is coming out. We did something at the end of the year, and I'm like, you know what? This is a real thing. Because this right here was created from a place of frustration. Because, again, I saw not myself, but my peers. I heard what y'all was saying. I heard, like, okay, we're not getting, they don't share the interviews. We'll sit down, do all this research. We listen to songs that probably aren't that damn good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That we can't get that time back. But now we're sitting here doing this research, and we're sitting across from you, and you share it the week of, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. But then if you had a Breakfast Club interview, oh, my God, yo, you're going to – you're not even going to wait to Throwback Thursday to post that joint.
no.
You know what I mean? You're going to run it.
Every
So
day.
for me, I'm just like, you know what, because I'm very solution-driven, right? I think anyone could point out a problem.
So
I'm very how can we figure this out? It may not be the solution, but I'm definitely going to offer you a solution. So for us, it's like, you know what, let's celebrate each other. Let's talk about what it is that we've done. Let's talk about what made us get into actual media. And also, even recently on Rap Life Review, they were talking about the difference in being media and being a journalist. How do y'all actually acknowledge our platform? Would you consider yourselves media or journalists, or a good combination of both?
We probably started off with more journalism, you know what I'm saying? Probably more so like on the media side now, just because like being an independent journalist or doing anything independent as an actual journalist is tough unless you already got like some type of backing or some type of like platform. It's almost just like being an artist, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If you're an independent journalist and you're not getting on like the Complex and New York Times or whatever the case may be, these bigger platforms, it's just like being an artist. So I think we just gravitate a little bit more towards media just because it's, I don't want to say easier, but it's more like fulfilling to be able to create your own thing instead of chasing something else. You know what I mean? So I'd probably say we're probably a little bit more on the media side, but we definitely started in the journalism side, though, for sure.
Isaiah, how do you view Hood Saviors?
I would say it's a good mix of both, and add like marketing because I do have the website. I do have the website Hood Saviors, and I do write articles there. I do cover, and do different think pieces like that. And at the same time, also do media. I do videos, interviews, and I sit down and talk with artists, different things like that. So a healthy combination.
Skillet?
I think for myself, it's probably both, but it's more so media because it is it's an actual company, and so we not only do we invest in consuming and letting people know about the different artists, we also create content that highlights artists.
And see, for me, I'm not sure what it is that I do. I just looked at the faculty as a text thread, like it's a public text thread, like a forum. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's like a forum that we're actually just sitting down having conversation. So again, we're launching I guess you would say, an extension of it, which is called the principal's office. And I'm like, how do we continue this conversation? Like you said, we got a forum, but how do we give these people an actual experience, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to do, it's like my version of Club Shay Shay, if you would. But it's the principal's office. So therefore, playing off the faculty aspect of it and whatnot. So even with that being said, you mentioned Complex and all these other powerhouses, right?
Right.
I look at us as the new rappers.
For sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you look at who's really, again, moving the needle, you got the Math Hoffa's, you got the Joe Buttons, you know what I'm saying, that are all retired rappers. Cam and Mace now, they out of here. You know what I'm saying? Gilly and Wallow, out of here. These are rappers that are turned to media. You know what I'm saying? You got Club Shay Shay, when man is a football player.
It's the content creation era right now.
This is like, we went from the blog era. When was the blog era? Like 15? Was that 15?
Probably up until about 18 for real.
So that was the blog era. So for
That was
us,
like the last time like Dirty Glove was popping, Say Cheese and stuff. Everybody, I mean, a lot of them still kind of popping, but you know, like there was like everybody was trying to get on like Baller.
Getting 1,000.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's more so about just building like your own page. You know what I'm saying?
right, creating your own community. It's almost like an indie rapper, like a Currency. He has a cult following.
Right.
And that's what we're creating. We're creating a cult following. That's why we can sit at the table, because I don't do what you do. I don't have an awards show. You know what I'm saying? I don't offer the marketing aspect of it. I damn sure don't talk to people as much as you do. You understand what I'm saying? No, because for me, I don't want you to reach out to me to talk. I want to reach out to you.
Oh, you want them to be doing something enough that
right,
you're
you know,
interested in.
because that's when we're gonna have. I don't do interviews. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who your favorite rapper is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to have a real conversation, and within that real conversation, hopefully someone can take from this right here and be like, you know what? I'm gonna give his music a second chance, because while we share the same, you know what I'm saying, ideology to a degree. So for me, if you're doing the work just like in the faculty, if I write up, because again, I don't know what it is that the faculty. I don't know if it's. I had my man, what's homie name? Jabes. He said, you're media with a little bit of journalism. So when I saw him, I said, yo, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And he said, it's a good balance because of where we're at right now. It's a really good balance. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then that's the hat that I'm going to wear. So I don't write articles for everybody. Like, I really have to be in tune with you. Like, I really got to be like.
But that's like a strong aspect of being a journalist, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, people sometimes will get confused when you're talking about being a journalist, thinking that you have to cover whatever comes in front of your face. But realistically, if you think about like the history of journalism, and you had like editorials and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You had pieces that you had to literally turn in. Obviously, you had like, you know, like investigative journalists that was doing stuff that was more like frequent and current news and stuff like that. But the essence of being a journalist is having like your own mind being placed onto whatever your select medium is. You feel what I'm saying? You have the people that'll get in front of the camera, and I mean, it's still forms of journalism now. It just looks different than the origin for it. It's not people just writing for the newspaper now.
Correct,
you know what I'm saying? You got people getting in front of the camera, TikTok live, but they're telling you, they're giving you a full article, but they're just speaking it now. You know what I'm saying? They're recording it.
How we consume everything now.
Right.
We want to see it. We want to hear it. Like, even with regular old podcasts, when it started off as just audio, obviously, and it replaced the radio, so to speak. But then they added the video component. Now you got a podcast with no video. People ain't really, they're checking for it, but they ain't really checking for it if you can't see it.
And see, I was at that crossroad, because when you look at it, how often do you watch an interview if it's not an already established artist?
You typically watch it in bites. You don't really watch a whole.
You watch the reels.
Yeah.
But when you're listening to it, you're either in the gym, you're cleaning the house, you're in the car. So I'm like.
But a lot of times though, I still have like the video, but it's just like I'm not.
And you can refer to it. Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. So it's like if it's something that catch my ear, then I might look at it. I'm like, oh, okay, darn, let me talk. Let me see what they talking about. You feel me?
See,
Like,
I was looking at the overhead aspect of it, like, damn,
that shit ain't cheap.
If I could just do the audio, we good money. You understand what I'm saying? And I said, my approach was maybe we can build a demand for it. Like, you know what? I want to see Rento. I want to see the Skillet cat. I want to see Isaiah. Oh, that's him? Word? Okay, I didn't think you looked like that.
Well, specifically because you said we're celebrating, I think for us that is definitely something people want. They want to see
For
what we
sure,
look like.
especially this table right here. For sure. Yeah,
Because I mean, I've had people ask, like, when I walk in, they know the brand, but they
Right.
don't know what the fuck I look like. They're like, "Oh, you
Right.
the one?" I'm like, "Oh, my name." I just say, "Hey, my name is Michael."
Oh yeah, they get excited too, boy.
Yeah.
Listen,
And it's
I'm telling you,
appreciative.
It
Yeah.
is though. It is because I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's a couple of times where I done walked into certain rooms when like they obviously didn't know me, but when they actually put a name to a face,
Exactly.
and it sometimes it be people I'm looking at them like, bro, like I'm looking at
Yeah,
you
I'm a
like,
fan.
you feel me?
Right,
And you
right,
talking
right.
about, oh, you. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I walked in the room and people just thought I was security, but I'm cool with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because typically I don't.
hide in
I
the
don't
back.
Right. I don't like. Yo, what you need me here for? All right, I'm here. I'm gonna do that, and I'm out. You understand? I go to bed 8:30 at night, man. You know what I'm
Sir.
saying? That's late for me. 8:30 at night is late for me. You know what I mean? I like to be in the bed 8. You know what I'm saying? Because I get up around 3, 4 in the morning. So like I like to be in bed 8.
I wish I
but
could be one of them people.
You're young. Don't worry about it. You'll get there.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. I be sleep now. Don't get me wrong.
Nah,
She'll
like-
tell you. Listen at night. I'm ready to go to bed, dog.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
better than me, dog. I'm up editing and fucking
See,
with content.
I haven't gotten to that point yet, man, and I like my sleep, man.
I
You know
do
what I'm saying?
too.
Because all day long you figure, because we got to keep up, right? Because we're in this, and me and you, we share the same feeling. Like we
Yeah.
hate the word content.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, your social media is content, right? It's not special. Yo, I'm making content, dude. You post about the Buffalo Bills winning. That's to somebody.
yeah.
That's
It's
content.
content, yeah.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So there's not. You're not really. It's about making something creative that this audience that I'm speaking to, they want to hear.
Right.
They want to hear my 3 cents on J. Cole today.
Yeah.
All right, I got you. No problem. I'm gonna make sure I let you know how I feel about J. Cole today.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's the. How do y'all actually, when creating content, how do y'all determine content from noise? How do y'all determine, like, you know what, this is what the algorithm wants, so let me give them this noise real quick versus the content aspect of
Content that we consume or the content we create?
it. Create.
Want to go first?
It's open
Oh,
for
Yeah.
I mean, for myself, when I create content, I do it very intentionally. It's not just because I got a cool camera and a computer and I can fuck with it. So when I make certain things, like for example, sign language, the interviews is intended to highlight artists so that you learn. Because in my opinion, when you learn about an artist, it typically will make you more interested in them.
Correct.
Because everybody makes music. It is what
That's
it
the
is.
purpose of an interview.
Yeah,
We
you
should
wanna
be able to be
know
like,
their
damn,
inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to check, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Right.
music out now, but please, a good interview at least.
Yeah. So I think that's what I do with the sign language. But as far as like I did a mixtape, sign language, the mixtape. The mixtape was created to celebrate those artists that did interviews with me. And then if you heard a
Genius.
song and you go, oh, that's dope. You might check. You see who made the song that's on the mixtape, and then you refer back to the interview.
Yeah.
You learn
Yeah,
about
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Then that may make you go check out their catalog.
Yeah, same.
So that's
same.
how you decipher between content and noise.
It has to be, even if it's not a good intention, it has to be on purpose, not just because of the convenience of I have a camera.
And you right on brand with good intentions, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that work.
But yeah.
Rento, how about yourself? 'Cause I'm starting to see you starting to kick it up a little bit more.
Oh, yeah,
I'm looking. I'm like, oh, all right, big homie outside now.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Let's go.
That's like a blessing and a curse almost, like, cause how you saying you starting to see I
Yeah.
kicking it up. A lot of times it's like I work in spurts almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get in this mode where it's like, okay, it's time to ramp it up, but that can like hurt my consistency, I guess, sometimes. But at the same time, me being consistent in the beginning stages is kind of what allowed me to be able to do that now. You feel me?
You got an
Like,
audience.
you know what I'm saying? Like I actually refer back to the Hood Saviors a lot. Like when I'm talking to other people, I'm like, bro, if you see what Isaiah got going on, it's damn near identical to how I came out. If people can just, even if you're an artist or whatever, you just take like that same blueprint, it'll allow you for when the time comes to be able to kind of work in them spurts or whatever. You know, like I don't have to post every single day and have to think about who gonna come to the awards. They coming out regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I can,
Talk your shit.
you feel me?
Talk
I
your
can
shit.
I cannot post for like a whole year and they still gonna pop out, but it go back to the work that I put in out the gate. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean when it come to creating that content, a lot of it it's just about having consistency and then as far as me building up in spurts, it's back to kind of your point too, like having a purpose behind it. Like anytime you see me actually start like getting into it, that means something coming. Yeah. It's almost like when Jay-Z used to cut his hair. You feel me? You know what's going on. You know what's going on. You know, like that's so that's kind of how I look at it now. But it's kind of changed from the beginning though. Beginning it was just about like you just gotta work as much as possible, be seen as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Like just make sure people recognize.
Do you think now we have to be seen much as possible? And Isaiah, we're gonna get to you as far as the content and noise differential. Do you think we have to be seen as much nowadays?
The head of what?
No, as in us in person. Do you think we have to be able to be like, yo, that's him, versus just we can live like, you know what I'm saying? Do we know the chairman of Pepsi? Like my man said.
Fuck nah.
You know what I mean? Like, do you think in this space right now that we still have to be seen to be able to be touched?
I think it go back to your intentions, really.
Yeah.
Like I think it just depends on the type of what you're trying to build. So kind of back to what I was saying earlier, you know, there are so many. Well, I think what makes us different, like Jet Lag itself and like myself, is because I've been seen. You feel me? Like as much as I hate when people say my name in regards to Jet Lag, that's also like the reason why we are able to maintain what we maintain, just for the simple fact when I did start out and I was going to every show, I was taking every trip, going to South by Southwest, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here, you finna recognize me.
Right.
And I think that's what separate Jet Lag from like other media sites or blogs or anything like that. It's for the simple fact that I created something more like tangible instead of just online, you feel me? Like you can go to the studio, you know what I'm saying? You can go to my you can go to like my events or whatever. Yeah, I might not got 30,000 followers or whatever, but somebody else that got 30,000 followers, they might throw an event and only can bring 200 people out. I have like 11,000 followers, and probably out of them 11, if I really, really wanted to, I probably can bring out at least like half of them. You feel what I'm saying? So
talk your shit, son. You worked for it.
Yeah, facts though.
Isaiah, how do you decipher content from noise when you're creating it?
Okay, I was about to say, well, I don't even want to say that. 'Cause I'll say it. A lot of it is noise, you know, so it can be hard to decipher it. For me, I tend to try to consume content. I just go until something catches me. And if something catches me, I might dig a little bit deeper. And to me, I find it, if I relate to that artist more, then it'll make me invested in them more. So I find, also as Skillet said, if I'm more interested in that artist, you know, then there's room for me to cover them. And if you approach me, you know, I can cover you based on what you give me and what I understand at the time. But if I didn't discover you first, it may not be as extensive, or, you know, the content may not be as, you know, it may not pop as much because I didn't find it. It wasn't really truly, you know,
it didn't hit your heart.
Truly, it didn't hit home, and it may not have just been great content. You know, they just might have wanted to push it. So I mean, really, it's just for me, almost similar to an artist, where, you know, how you're finding your fan base is just being you. You know, if I find my content just by what hits me. So.
And that's what we built the faculty off of. It initially started from if anyone's familiar with my background, I always wanted to be a media personality. Media personality and a barber, right? Both cases we're talking. Right? So I had the opportunity, didn't present itself, so I was left with, you know, what to do with this right here. And this was like maybe 3 years of what to do, to the point where I didn't even really care no more. I created a comic book, I wrote a comic book and did it and all that. Cool. It was kind of like that scratch was itch, you know what I mean? That itch was scratch, excuse me. And I'm just like, all right, but then throughout the pandemic, we had nothing else to do but to talk.
Facts.
Right, so it all started from that King's Disease album, damn it. It all started, I'm like, I don't like this album, damn it.
Why don't you like that album?
That's another conversation. Skillet.
That's funny because that was one of the first, I think, King's Disease, I posted like a 4-piece. It was an Uzi album, I think a Future album, the King's Disease, and it was one more album that dropped in that same time period, and I covered that. And I listened to it, and I did a little write-up on it.
Yeah, that's
so
another
it's funny you say that. That's how you started. That
you
was
know what?
an early start of me,
There's a
too.
few GOATs that I'm not big fans of. I respect, like, I'm not the biggest Cole fan. I'm not the biggest K-Dot fan.
I'm not the biggest K-Dot fan.
I'm not the biggest Nas fan, and I'm not the biggest Andre 3000 fan.
Okay, as long as you didn't say one name.
Who's the name? Who's the name?
Wayne, Lil Wayne.
Oh, no, you got
Okay,
it. No.
No, Wayne and 808 Heartbeat
I mean,
spawned all these current rappers.
correct. Like,
Facts.
who? All right, now we get into facts.
All right, my bad.
now I'm really comfortable at this point, right? But the faculty was created from that right there, and then for me, I wanted to be very intentional because I like all means of hip hop, but I really like the bars. I like lyricism, and I noticed that there was a void there. There's not. We can talk about Uzi all day. We can talk about trappers all day, but there's not quite a space for people with bars to actually feel safe and comfortable. Be like, yo, check this out. So that's how the faculty actually was created. And so when I create the content, me, Sean, and Kev, it's from an intentional space. It's from what I want to hear, you know, because I know who I'm talking to.
Right.
You know, I come from the go to the store, read the Source magazine.
I missed those days. Excuse me.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going at. Because my mom's not buying it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, like, mom going grocery shopping. I'm sitting right there. Like,
Yeah, when she
Yeah.
ready.
shit, yo, Cam got the pink Range Rover. This is before the internet. You know what I'm saying?
That
But
was
that's how I
something
know I'm
for-
like
Right.
in the how old I am. I'm like literally the middle child for like 2 generations. Cause like I'm old enough to remember going to like certain stores like with my pops or whatever and doing basically the same thing. It was more like for me, it was more like Sports Illustrated stuff
yeah.
like that. You know what
Well,
I'm
how old are
saying?
you?
I'm 28.
Oh, damn, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So literally 95 baby. You know, that's
Right.
like the cuff of 2 different generations.
Yeah.
Dead ass. Like I was the first generation with the internet type shit. And so I'm just saying that to say I remember that part of it, but I also
It was fun too.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fun. Like you'll get the magazine. I used to have a stack before we moved. I had
God.
saved all of them for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know
Source,
where they at
Double XL,
now.
all that shit.
Yeah. You had King, Double XL. You had the Source,
King
which
was
was the
stupid.
Yeah.
Me and my
Everybody
pops,
need that, right?
used to take me to we used to go to Barnes and Nobles like
Okay.
every week, at least once or twice a week, and like but we wasn't checking out no books though. We was literally in there for like 2-3 hours, and whatever we trying to read, we in Barnes and Nobles reading it. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
that's
So
what we
that's
doing.
how I go about creating whatever it is that I create. You know, you have some slow days when you're on some bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know what's going to catch. So I'm like, it's slow. Fuck J. Cole. Quick. they, you know what I mean? They coming. Quick.
Yeah, you
know
gotta
what I'm
chill
saying?
on code though. I ain't gonna lie.
My man, I'm right there with
You
you.
So,
feel me? You
I
gotta
mean,
chill on
That's
code
my
now.
dog. I love Cole.
We're gonna talk outside of outside of this, right? But I done had people say they'll buy me Dreamville tickets just to
I've
experience
been.
this.
I
right?
went.
Nah, facts.
3 years ago?
I went to his Dollar in the Dream tour, and then I
My
was
brother
like,
went.
That bitch was
great.
fire.
What? And then he was at the Tabernacle, and the Tabernacle not that big. If I'm right here, Cole was like at the exit.
You talking about right here in Spartanburg?
Nah, it was in Atlanta.
Okay, there was one that you saw. Were you here when he came to Spartanburg? Were you at that show?
Nah.
Okay, my brother was at that show. You and my brother about the same age, so yeah, he's a.
Yeah, it could-
I
this
said
my
J. Cole
freshman-
fans,
Dog,
they
go
got
to
student
Dreamville.
debt.
I went to Dreamville the year before the pandemic. Stupid.
Yeah.
I'll show you pictures when we get done.
But
I gotta be
Cole,
done.
No,
like,
Cole,
we-
don't get me wrong. This
yeah, we-
last year, he's been going crazy.
Yeah.
But you know,
It
I
goes
just
to
don't-
your point though. Like Cole, probably one of those artists that I think like if he just kind of hit you, he hit you, and if he don't, he don't.
It's
You
like
know what I'm
K-Dot,
saying?
yeah.
I
'Cause
think
don't
he
care for
speaks for.
K-Dot.
I think he speaks for an audience that are actually. He speaks for an audience that are actually. He tells a story like I'm in school. I got student debt. You know what I'm saying? He speaks to that audience right there. Whoever's in that space, that's their chairman right there. That's the person like, yo, he feels us.
For sure,
You know
for
what I'm
me.
saying? I didn't go to college,
I can
so
tell
I'm
you,
cool.
I can tell you a verse right now that I thought was
Bruh.
like, cut. That's me. He talking about my life.
Let me hear
bro.
that. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
I can't remember the song, but it's on Friday Night Lights, and he was like,
Fire. That's one of the
he
best
said, what he
mixtapes of
said,
all
he
time.
said, see me, I lived it all from dirt poor in the trailer, something, never trusted my neighbor to middle school, being the only black kid in my homeroom, academically gifted,
Oh,
and follow
yeah,
my own rules. Was running the streets, hey mom, I'll be home soon. Was out chasing hoes, was out hooping. The niggas wasn't balling, but yet they was foul shooting.
Yeah, I know you're talking about that.
I
was
heard
like-
that. When you said the foul shoot, I'm like,
Yeah,
I caught that.
That
right
whole verse, I was like, bro, this nigga talking about me, ain't it? Damn.
So that's how we got the J. Cole fan. And see, I can't relate to that.
Yeah.
Just like I can't relate to Eminem. I know he raps crazy, but
You
I
know
can't.
what though? I ain't trying to be an asshole, but is Eminem really that nice, or is it just he's doing what we as a culture been doing? He just
I
white.
think so. I
It's
think
like a
Eminem,
white guy who
he
can
good
Eminem
at
is
putting words together.
the Caucasian version of Papoose.
Yeah, it's like a white guy who can
That's
dunk.
it.
Put
You're like,
words
oh my
together.
God, look at them dunks.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
bro, it's 20 black dudes been dunking like that.
Yeah,
He's
so
just
I-
white and he can dunk.
It's a privilege that he does have. That I would
Is that fair to
that's
say
like,
that?
It is. It's like me being tall. I have a privilege to put stuff on the top shelf, and some people can't get it.
Could you get that?
Yeah.
movie?
Right, I got that privilege. So,
Yeah, facts though.
but the integrity that we have to conduct ourselves with the media-based platform. How high on the list is that for y'all?
Oh, that's at the top. That's why I try not to interview people that I don't like their music, because I've said this a few times, but I never want to sit across from somebody and be like, that shit slapping, and I know in the back of my mind, I ain't never even pressed play. Because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. If somebody came and said, yo, I really want to do a sign language interview, or I want you to shoot some content, but they really think my work is trash, then don't hire me to produce your content. Don't come and do an interview. Well, I mean, I've never heard that, but I'm just,
Correct,
on
correct.
the flip side. I mean, would you want somebody to be like, yo, I want to win a Jetty? I don't fuck with you? No.
It depends, because there's certain because like I made a post before. I said everyone doesn't have a platform. Some people just have popularity.
Or just have a
and we need both. You know what I'm saying? We need both. So I guess it's a medium at that point.
Or they
You
just
know
have a
what I'm
phone.
saying? Or they just
Platform popularity or a
Yeah.
phone.
That's funny as shit.
It's the 3P.
Right.
The 3 Ps. Keep it
So when you're creating integrity, right? Integrity when you're creating your content, when you're creating your platform, as you're going into this new era of jet lag, right? Where's integrity at on that list?
Nah, integrity is definitely high. Like whatever morals and principles I'm on, I'm standing on that regardless if jet lag is here or not. You know what I'm saying? Certain stuff, like as long as it don't like deteriorate my personal morals or whatever, certain stuff I can kind of bend a little bit for. So, you know, kind of going off of your example as far as like music, I might not, you know what I'm saying, rock with the heaviest. But I got a studio. I tell my engineers, like, hey, bro, like, we finna book him for a studio session, act like he the hardest artist ever. So he can, you know what I'm saying? So he can keep coming back, you know what I'm saying? He might not ever get a JD's, but we're gonna make him believe he is, you know what I mean? Like,
It is a business, too.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just that aspect of it, though. It's just certain
I never
space.
even thought about that. You got it bad. Like, yo, I recorded this track in your studio.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
I didn't even think of that.
I mean,
Wow.
I mean, artists definitely do. They definitely come through with the intentions of thinking that's gonna help.
Some
You
brownie
know what I'm
points,
saying?
right?
And don't get me wrong, like
would think
to a certain extent, it might. You know, because it's
I'm hearing
definitely
it first.
right. It's definitely been artists like I done heard them in the studio, and I'm like, oh snap, bro! Like you actually,
tough, yeah.
like you hard. I ain't never heard of you before. Like actually, let me keep you on my radar. You feel me? And a lot of times, anyways, the awards for me personally, like, and that's what I have to get people to understand. The awards for me personally is a way for me to get in touch with a bunch of artists that I never heard before. That's why I do it. I do it like crowdfunded, basically. Like I'm actually, the intention is for me to get put on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put my personal beliefs and feelings into the awards. I actually want to know more artists. Every year I want somebody new to perform at the awards that nobody else seen before. Like the literal purpose of it is to showcase people that we ain't never seen before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's been every single year. It's always somebody brand new that I catch on to that I didn't before. You know what I'm saying? And one person I know you rock with them too. Crucial. A couple years ago, Crucial was nominated for Sleeper Artist of the Year, and ever since then, he been my favorite South Carolina artist, like favorite South Carolina rapper ever since. Like,
And Crucial, a quick shout out on Crucial. That I hear great, like some of the top, people in the state co-sign. As far as lyricists, they'll say Crucial. That's my top my top rap played artist of all time.
Yeah,
Bro,
but
Crucial,
Crucial BGR.
Crucial
I'm-
BGR, and I'm talking
from
about like
April
he can rap with.
he down in the Met?
Yeah, no, Charleston.
Charleston.
I'm talking about he can rap with any style. He can rap with the trappers. He can rap with
What's
them.
his main lane? He kind of not
He
to
like
compare him, but
he like a I don't want to say it's hard. It's
He's
really
lyrical, but he come with like
a swag, like a street
aggression,
swag.
aggression
He
to it.
kind
But
of
he
put
can
you in the mindset of like a West Coast rapper almost. And the only reason I say that he don't sound West Coast, but you know how you have
got
like
a bounce to it.
No, it's not. It's less about the sound. It's more so about the content of his music.
Or what he talks about.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm
So it's
checking on
like, so you got
Substance.
those, like a. I'm trying to think. It's hard to really pinpoint.
It's
but
hard to
I'm
pinpoint
thinking
the
about
sound,
like
but-
somebody like
that's a good
Ice
problem for
Cube,
him.
and the only reason I'm gonna say Ice Cube is because Ice Cube can give you like the gangster rap or whatever, but he's
but he
still
can put it
he's
still
still
so
he
nice.
putting it together
And
so
then he
nice.
can also
where-
spit that
And you said
Yeah.
Beside that,
what's-
crucial BGR.
Crucial
I'm gonna check
BGR.
that out. We're
gonna check that.
Crucial,
We
yeah,
definitely
crucial,
gonna check him out.
crazy.
Yeah.
He look.
they
You
excited,
see,
so I know
We gotta check him
asses.
out. Yeah, right.
bro. I'm telling you, crucial. So, and the stuff he be saying, it's not like he finna give you just like a straight punch, but it's like it's one of them. Like if in boxing terms, okay, he hit you with a jab, and you ain't even see the
You gonna get caught
the
off
hook.
guard, like
you ain't even see the hook.
Almost like a counter punch.
Yeah, you ain't
Okay,
yeah,
I can fuck with it.
exactly. He's a counter puncher.
Okay, I
That's
can
the
fuck
perfect
with
way to put it. He's a counter puncher. The punch he hit you with, you ain't even see it coming.
Okay, I can fuck with that. I'm gonna
Facts.
check for him then.
Integrity. For Hood Saviors.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we just got
I'm ready to listen to it.
Crucial one of them.
Integrity. For
I
Hood
have
Saviors.
yeah, not for real. But so integrity, I would say you have to be very you have to kind of be able to see me and understand what's going on. Like when I post, you have to kind of see and take what I'm saying literally. If you ask anybody who submits music, they'll tell you if I don't truly believe what you are saying, I will ask you for your suggested caption and you know how you want to spin it. But if you come here saying you are the next superstar out of Greenville and I don't like it, I'm not saying that.
That's it, right.
So
Right, yeah.
when you
Right.
see
Yeah.
when you see a Hood Savior post and I'm co-signing them and I'm writing a detailed caption and give you, that's when you know I'm really pushing that.
connected, you're
And
aligned.
otherwise, it might have been a submission or something like that. And that's something that I kind of do struggle with because I'm not going to get behind or put my face behind, my name behind something that I don't agree with. But Hood Saviors, I have to understand, does have a platform that not everybody has access to in this area.
Correct.
And even everywhere. So I try to, open it up and give it access to people. But with that comes, when I do post, you kind of have to understand what I'm saying. I'm not going to tell you something that I don't truly believe. So I might form it as a question or I just flat out may not say how they want it to be said. But I do believe that integrity is important. So you kind of will see
respect
that
that.
through the post.
And don't get me wrong, I believe highly in integrity. I don't believe in that. Was it content over everything?
Nah.
I don't get into that right there. I've had interviews, and I've spoken to you about it before. I've had interviews, and it didn't feel right. Right? They may have said something that I'm like, yo, they're gonna get you for that right there.
Yeah.
So I won't put it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting on probably 2 pieces of content right now.
Dope shit, ain't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
One little
but yeah,
part.
it's overall, right. Everything's fire besides that one part. And I'm like, so now I got to cut around this right here.
Or figure
and then,
out how to get past it. Yeah.
right, now the masses going to be like, yo, where's the whole joint at?
What you do is you take that section, and is it 2 angles or just 1 angle?
3.
Oh, nah. What you do
you
is
good.
when you flip to the other camera, you
cut
just
it out.
you cut
Yeah,
that
you
little
just
part
cut
out.
it
You
out.
gotta do it seamlessly, but
Right,
just
right.
say it's a frontal view pause.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
When you switch to the side camera,
Make it
Go
look
to
like
another-
cut,
yeah, you go to
but you
another
just
section,
going
but it's
a
the
few
beginning
minutes
of the
ahead.
next question.
Right,
Black,
right.
Black, no.
So we
I never
so
had
we-
that
so we
issue
may
yet,
have
so-
Continuity or something
Yeah,
like that.
so
Just keep the continuity.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you
we
can,
may
you can pull that off.
So we may have to, but I'm just like, they're gonna get you for that, and I don't want to be a part of anything like that.
Nah.
Anything that I do, understand it has the best intentions.
Right.
Again, as I said before these microphones came on, we're at an independent state currently, right? We can't afford to do dumb shit or throw somebody under the bus. Like if I don't rock with it, it doesn't take nothing for me not to say anything. But if I do, I'm gonna be loud about it. Like, nah, it didn't interfere with my ego at all to give y'all a call or for me to tell y'all what y'all have done for me in regards to the faculty. Like I've told you before, we was on the phone. I'm just like, yo, man, You was like, yo, Mo, don't go live no more. Maybe you need to go face to face. I'm like,
because it's that.
bang.
This,
You understand what I'm saying?
This would have still been dope virtually, but
Right.
it's nice. It's nice to actually meet you in real life. I
Right,
met you
right.
obviously, but it's a different energy. And I know people overuse the word energy, but it is a
Right.
real thing.
No,
Like,
yeah,
there's
for
a
sure.
difference between sitting next to somebody and really fucking with them versus we on a screen. I mean, people have Zoom meetings for work.
absolutely.
Do you
Right.
be excited and amped for those?
Definitely
Fuck
not.
no.
Nah, you got on a polo up top and boxes
Yeah,
under
you
that
draw
screen.
some
Oh
shit.
God,
Yeah.
oh God.
Yeah.
And that go exactly to my point of like why I feel like that's what separate us specifically in jet lag. I also see that with Hood Saviors. Like I tell people that literally all the time. I was like, listen, if y'all are like the jet lag when we first, I see everything in jet lag and y'all, and then like even with you, I see you actually pulling up on people. Like that's what separates you for real. All them followers don't matter.
Nah,
You
they
know
really
what I mean?
don't. No.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
They
then it's-
can't relate.
yeah, if they can't
don't
relate
matter.
and you can't convert it to anything, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell you how many like social media pages that I know for a fact be having hundreds of thousands of followers, and they charging, you know, $10, $20. You know what I'm saying? No, not even that. I'm thinking about the complete opposite. Like, you got 100,000 followers and you charging $10 per post, but it's just like, why? And the reason why is because you don't got that same connection to people that somebody like me and you might have. Like, you know, you can charge 3 times that amount just for the simple fact they know everything that you put out gonna be legit. They know that you're gonna actually put your time and effort into it, and it's not just a money grab. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just you trying to put something together for social media. Like, once they get in your sites, they pretty much locked there. You know what I mean? It's not just something where you're just trying to put it out there. So that's like the difference between people that's behind the screen and people that's actually getting in front of people. You know what I mean? Like,
I got something for that when you finish.
Right. So we get in front of these people. Us connecting with one person is much stronger than us reaching 50 people on the internet. You know what I mean? So
tomorrow they can forget about us if another brand comes. But if we
Exactly.
done made that face-to-face connection, it's different.
yeah, they gonna forever remember you. You know what I'm saying? That's what's making all of us at this table right now. That's what make us different. Is the fact that, you know, people are gonna gravitate towards us first, and then the brand, and then once they connect with the brand, it's a much stronger connection.
Bro, I've had people pay like real money for, I ain't gonna say who or where they went, but other platforms, they don't pay a couple bands to go do an interview. They did an interview with me, and they told me, like, bro, I spent all this money on this other interview, and I felt like he was that their platform was taken from the culture, and he actually they really enjoyed the actual interview and realized, like, I don't spend this money, and it was kind of for naught.
Not it's please.
I just want to throw this out there. People go to these giant platforms and they don't do interviews because nobody knows them. The only reason the other interviews do well is because other people have an audience.
Yeah.
Right.
You could take that same money to a free platform that would appreciate you in the area and then advertise the highlights of that clip and do exponentially a million times better.
A lot of people don't recognize recognize the pipeline that's literally right there.
We got bigger blogs following our pages.
And I know I'm not talking down on anybody. It's actually more of a praise. We was talking about using names, but I'm gonna just say somebody like Look. I always appreciate Look every time I work with him, because what Look does, Look is somebody that will 100% use the pipeline around him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Look will come and do something with jet lag, and then he'll come and do an interview with you, or then he'll go do a show right up the street. You know what I'm saying? And what that does for him, for one, he's gonna be grateful for it. For two, you see the results, like what it's doing right there in front of you, regardless of what you think about the numbers. Like, the results is always right there. He's gonna, as long as he's putting out music or he's working, bro, the results is gonna show. You know what I'm saying? The work is gonna show. You're gonna see everything right there, just right there in your face. So that's just a name that if people just pay attention to kind of what he does, or my brother Tyreek, he's the same way. You know, if you just use that pipeline that's right there, it do wonders for you. You don't have to try to be a microwave artist and go up right then.
And
like,
to piggyback off of that,
no, please go ahead.
Luck. Okay, so that's somebody that I may not have listened to as soon as I first heard his name, but because of the people and the places that I saw him, you know, Jet Lag Awards, you're hearing you talk about him and big up him, and seeing him here, seeing him there. Okay, now when I see him, and when I seen him at the Vince Staples premiere, and we made the in-person connection, he says, "Oh, I've been seeing you too." Now when I take it back, it's like, okay, I've been seeing him move. I've been seeing him move. He's a genuine person, and you listen to him. It's way different than if I would have listened to him that first, which I did listen to him the first time, and he's talented, he's fire, but it didn't hit the same until, you know, now you get back.
Pipeline
and that pipeline is like,
you know what's crazy about this right here? Luck's right behind y'all right now.
Is he really?
whoa, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Good afternoon.
Luck, what's good?
Z Flowers.
Hey man, while you was talking, I was like, "Yo, Luck's right there behind
That's
you."
wild.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
looking
crazy.
like, should I say anything?
I want to say something. I want him to think I'm saying it because he's right there.
I'm like, is he
Yeah.
uncomfortable at this point? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, Luck right
But
there.
they got a
behind you.
good point though, and not just because he's right there. Luck is not just doing the work and making noise. He's doing the work and getting results.
And you
Facts,
know who else
right.
is, which I'm gonna make him feel uncomfortable because he's sitting right next to us right now. Rello is doing the same.
Rello in there?
Yeah, Rello's
Shout
sitting
out
right
Rello.
next to him.
What am I
Shout out
saying?
Rello.
Doing the
Rello
same
been on
thing.
repeat.
Bro,
Rello has been on Hood Saviors
Yeah.
repeat.
Right there.
No, nah,
2024.
he's really working, man. But yo,
I
fellas,
gotta holler at Rello too, man.
Nah,
we gotta make some
good-
shit
good-
shake.
good.
We just did an
No,
interview a couple
absolutely.
weeks ago. I got to get that thing.
and
going.
I'm actually about to have an interview with him soon.
Yeah.
Him and Luck actually.
Okay,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? Because
Fire.
they were actually, you know what? Nonetheless, I'm gonna have a conversation with them, man. But I want to say, man, I greatly appreciate y'all, man. Not just y'all time, but what it is that y'all contributed. Because like I said, each one of y'all played a role into the faculty. There was something that you told me that stuck out. You told me, you said, Mo, you did something right that you didn't even intentionally know you were doing. And you said you wish you would have done that. You said that you created, like you said earlier, a forum. So now only thing you got to do now is start creating, like this thing just has to grow legs, and you got something to bring it back to.
Yeah,
Right.
You understand what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I
So
always
that's
thought it
what,
was genius
so
too,
that's what I
facts.
thought was, keep in mind, that wasn't intentional. I'm going
Right.
to take credit for it, but that wasn't
Hey,
intentional. You know what I'm
mistakes
saying?
can be good things.
Absolutely. So when we have these conversations, the Media Matters, powered by the faculty, guess what? You may not have been there, but you can experience it nonetheless. 'cause
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But think about if you would have started from Instagram trying to do those same conversations. Like, you know, you can just post a status and ask a question and get everybody going. But if you started from an Instagram page with one follower, like, you know, and people are just following here and there, it wouldn't have been the same. Now you can take that to Instagram and
Absolutely.
you got a foundation. It's going to take off. Like, you started, like, that's a great way to start.
And I
Nah,
greatly
for real.
Got a
appreciate it.
great
And that's,
foundation.
and that's why I say I admire everything it is that y'all do and that I look up to you, that I had to have y'all on the first official episode of the Media Matters because of y'all contribution, not only to the upstate, not a ceiling, but for starters, the upstate, but also for what it is that I'm doing. So again, that's why I had to have y'all on for the first official one.
Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate the
man.
invite, man.
I
What you're
appreciate it,
doing is
too.
incredible. It finally took somebody to really make make motherfuckers fuck with each other, truthfully. As far as, like you said, we do all have egos.
Correct.
And we should have egos.
Right.
We ain't just sitting on our hands.
Right,
But
right.
at the same time, the ego can potentially get in the way of fucking with other good men and women that are doing
Right.
what we do.
Right. Yeah. I appreciate it too, man. Like people we got at this table right now, and even the people around us.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Adam Black, man.
Yes,
hey,
Black.
hey, listen, just a shameless plug. That
Okay,
I
yeah,
always,
please.
that I always wanted people to understand that.
And I
that
think I know.
that iconic logo that y'all
Yes,
see on
sir.
Zeke. That was Adam Black, and
Yes.
he won't even do graphics for anybody else. So
Which
shout
logo?
out to
The jet lag?
The jet lag,
Yeah.
yes. Black did that.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay, word.
You got it on
Word.
your arm.
That's
Yeah.
iconic, bro.
Yeah,
You feel
Black
me?
did
Like,
that.
yeah, I'm telling you, he did that.
But
Okay,
try to
that's
get him
fire.
to do a graphic design right now.
Come
See,
on
and
out.
that's why I feel even more special.
Right,
Because, and what's so
right.
crazy, I had like a little jet lag meeting. We went out to eat at Applebee's, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, we was out eating it, and I was like, man, I just need this little logo made. The idea came from Spinrilla though, because Spinrilla had the little they had the bear or monkey or whatever it is, and I was like, you know what? Everybody always got logos, but not too many people got like little mascots and
Right,
insignias or
word.
whatever. Sitting at the Applebee's, I was like, this is the idea I came up with. I drew it, whatever. I showed everybody. I was like, what y'all think? Blah blah blah. Probably like 2 weeks later, he just sent me the word. So I just had to show him love, though, man. We got
And
some
also,
real
man,
powerful people. there.
Absolutely, man. And we're going to continue to do this right here. We're going to continue. Please, let's continue to communicate with one another. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate one another. If you see something that someone's doing, please don't hesitate to call or shoot a text. Because I'll be honest with you, whenever I'm like, yo, Skillet, 1 to 10. Mo, that was about an 8. All right, cool. I got work to do. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, that's how you get better. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I know I'm good, but I like to operate in the space of great. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really for your peers to acknowledge, like, nah. You're there right now. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing. So again, I would love to see us at the Jet Lag Awards. I hate to put you on the spot. You know what I'm saying? As the media, I would hate to put you on the spot like that. But
I'm with all that, man. I'm
you know what I'm
definitely with
saying?
all that.
Did you know I signed up to be a part of Jet Lag?
You told me that on the
Yeah.
phone, but I
All
don't
right.
even remember.
So this is what's going to happen. We're going to end this conversation on this
hell
right here. Quick story. So before I had the faculty, right, I think this was after when I went up for 107.3, right? I was about to get hired, got lost in the shuffle, so they, declined. So I'm sitting like, damn, I was right there. I was there. I seen the microphones and all that, right? And this is before I was even in any recording studio before. This is my first time. I'm like, oh shit. In my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have a billboard right here on Hayward and all that, right? So it didn't happen. So I'm like, all right, cool. So at this time, me and Adam Black are creating a relationship. and y'all on fire.
Yeah.
Y'all on. This is before sign language. This is before, as I know of, Hood Savior. Damn sure before the faculty, right? I'm like,
This had to, if our peak time probably had to be like 2017, about 2019, like that little pocket right there. Yeah,
I think it was 19 because y'all was because there was nothing else moving. They weren't.
we was going
podcasters
crazy.
wasn't really a thing then.
I
Like,
didn't even live in this state then.
right? No, y'all was on
Yeah,
fire.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
sitting there like, yo, I want to be a part of it. I don't know what I want to be a part of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you so happens, or someone from your team posted that we're looking for help.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, word. So I'm like, all right. So I hit Black. I'm thinking I can cut through the line, right? You know what I'm saying? I hit Black because I know Black was down with y'all.
Yeah.
Because Black used to write for y'all, if I'm not mistaken,
For sure,
right?
yeah.
So I'm like, yo,
That's
all
a
right.
founding member right there.
So all right. So I'm like, yo, Black. He said, all right, Mo, I got you. So all right. I don't know if Black did it or he forgot to get back with me. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be proactive. I'm gonna do it myself. Right? So I went inbox. Somebody said like, yo, write a letter or something to tell me why we should hire you. Yo, Rento, I looked at my phone like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? What? I said, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I left it at that right there. I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So then we sitting there and I'm like, all right, cool. I love what he did, obviously, because I wanted to be a part of it. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and create my own shit at this point. So
For
when
sure.
I did it, it was definitely a page out of your book. So I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, all right, cool. Say cheese, jet lag. All right, cool. So that's how, again, fast forward, that was a part of the
Yeah, yeah.
infrastructure of the faculty, man.
Just to throw it out there. You know, say my piece, you know what I'm saying? More than likely, yeah, I can't remember if I said that or not, but yeah, I think it was just like a part of the screening process.
Yeah, no, I
because-
get it.
You feel me?
My ego was like, man, fuck that.
But at the same time though, like it has been tough. Even just adding people because the dilemma that I face right now is I do think we've created value for people to obviously be a part of jet lag, but I think that it's kind of tough telling somebody who obviously could do something similar on their own, like you two guys, you know, three actually, that the only reason I said y'all two because I know I had asked him to join too at one point, or he was, you know, with
He
us.
asked me to join at one point to write. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I might be on to something.
Facts.
What's poppin'? You know what I mean?
But the dilemma is just like making sure that value is there to where somebody would want to build with me, because the way I look at it, honestly, and it's not the same way that other people look at it, is sometimes people look at it as like, okay, yeah, I can come be a part of jet lag, but I'm working for Rento.
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right. It's
like,
ego.
I
Wrong
get it.
ego.
I get it, but in reality, we are working for jet lag. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really benefiting too much more than the next person that's a part of this. So it's hard for me to like add people on that may see the same vision that I do, that's willing to like go the long haul with me. You know what I'm saying? It's only been like a few people that have stuck and actually just been straight jet lag. There's been plenty of people that's always been there to be a part of whatever I have, i.e. Adam Black. Anytime I ever hit him up, and vice versa, you know, we always solid.
Absolutely.
But that's like just a dilemma that I run into a lot of times, just like figuring out a way to retain people without having to, because I mean, I'm me. I can't just pay somebody $20 an hour
Hell
and give
no.
them you feel me, and give them a weekly paycheck or whatever.
You
You
cut
know,
into my check. I got a real job.
yeah, right, exactly. And don't get me wrong, I do think I have plenty of ways for people to get paid off of what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? If somebody just agreed to say, okay, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna work together to build this together. But it's hard to because if it is somebody that has a very similar value that they can do for themselves, you know, like you fellas at the table, what can I tell them when they can, you know, obviously
But then
build
again,
something.
Everybody doesn't, you know, just want to go out and just set something up from the start.
Right. Everyone
Right.
can't be Batman. We need Robins.
I mean, that's
For
why
sure.
I'm a team of one. It's not that I don't rock with people. It's just like you said, you have a vision, and it is hard sometimes to get another person to have that same vision.
Have that
as you.
same vision.
Or
Yeah.
they, like you said, you wrote in, yo, I'm trying to get a job, and you like, well, fuck it, like you said, you know, I'm gonna make my own. And so, how do you find balance in that?
Right. And I, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was gonna say, I think we'll have a conversation probably off air or whatever about some things I think can kind of mend that a little bit.
Oh no, we good. It's no. It's mended. No, we good. Trust me.
No. I don't mean that. I mean the issue of
I'm sorry.
How to figure that out.
how to
Yeah,
figure make that dilemma easier to where we can still work towards a similar thing, but everybody can still have their own thing going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
We can have that conversation.
Well, I mean, let me just put this out there that, I mean, Hood Saviors it's just me, but it's not just me. And if any of what he just said applies to you and you feel like you could add something, I'm always, looking for somebody to build with and not to work for me, but somebody to work with me so that we can get. I'd rather split
a person that will equally invest
1,000 with a few people than 100 by
Shout
myself.
Shout out my boy Caleb Brandon. I don't know what camera I can look at, but that's my business owner. He definitely was one of them and that was like, yeah, I'm locked in with you. You know what I'm saying? I had asked him to be my business partner. And the reason why that I knew that he was gonna be the one too, because he didn't go into it like he was just flat out. He was straight up out the gate. Anyways, like, all right, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I need to be able to see that this gonna be worth it, pretty much. Like, he told me that. He was like, listen, like, I feel it, but honestly, bro, we just gotta see if it's gonna make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta do the work.
Yeah, and then we did the awards together, and he was like, all right, bet, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You showed your ass this year, last year on that award.
Appreciate it.
When
bro.
I watched you, I'm like, yo, nah, he's having fun. Like he's unbuttoning the top button. He's coming out of the jack. I said, nah, he's having fun on this one. So
Appreciate it,
definitely,
bro.
congratulations to you, man.
No
But
doubt,
again,
no doubt.
fellas, man, I would really hate to end this conversation, man. I really do.
But you got shit to do.
I got I got shit to do, man.
Part 2 coming soon.
Part 2 coming soon, all right?
Down.
Fair enough, man. I appreciate y'all, all right? And
Much
one
love.
last thing, y'all. Media matters, all right?
Hey.
All right, peace.